Sifa stops mid-isle. As she hears, "Bro, she's my walking ATM." The corridor outside the bridal suite hums with hairdryers and anti-laughter. Sifa edges toward the voice, lace train whispering across polished tiles. Powdered perfume hangs thick, mingling with the oily whiff of the hotel generator. Around the corner, Zuberi paces beside a drooping palm, Bluetooth earpiece blinking blue. He rubs the bridge of his nose, neon green socks flashing above glossy shoes. "Loans wiped today, man. Once the vows drop, my debt drops." His fingers snap like closing credit cards. Sifa halts behind a lattice screen. Her bouquet rests rigid against her torso, rose thorns pressing skin. Zuberi keeps circling. "Relax, I adore the lady, but her portfolio is my parachute. 6 hours and the banks can't touch me." Guests wander nearby, oblivious. A junior usher hustles past with folded programs. The groom ducks deeper behind the palm, still talking. Sifa's phone, tucked in her garter, already sits on voice recorder mode from earlier rehearsal notes. Thumb slides, red dot blinks, every syllable captured. Cosio lined the figures. "After honeymoon, we backdate profits. Investors see sunshine," Zuberi says, chuckling low. A caterer slips from service doors with a tray of puff-puffs, steam fogging the air for a heartbeat. Zuberi lowers his tone, but the mic drinks it in. She thinks the prenup protects her. "Watch me tweak it tonight," he adds, nose rub frantic. Inside the suite, makeup artists call for the bride. Sifa doesn't answer. Shoulders level, lips pressed, eyes fixed on her fiancé's swagger. The generator coughs, lights flicker, stabilize. The corridor feels charged. Zuberi ends the call, pockets his phone, straightens lapel, then strides toward the ballroom. Smile reset to venture pitch bright. 17 steps back, same count she knows from theater to scrub sink. Sifa retreats, bouquet lowering as fingers steady. She slips through the suite door. Bridesmaids gush over sequined heels. Phone saved, file labeled proof. Aunt Jalea enters brandishing a compact. One glance at the bride's stiff posture, and the older woman hushes. Sifa gives a single tight nod. Thumb flies over screen. Now. Message to Wekesa. No punctuation. Pearl pins slide into her white silk turban, each click a metronome for strategy. From the terrace, brass rehearses the entrance march. Trumpets stab the afternoon haze. Her breathing syncs with the horns. She peeks into the hallway, spots the resort AV cart beneath a mural. The audio clip transfers to a marked flash drive. The drive tucks under a ribbon on the card, smooth as slipping a syringe into a tray. A flower girl skids by chasing confetti, nearly colliding. Sifa steadies the child, offers a 2-second smile, then releases. Phone buzzes, Wekesa typing, but she doesn't read. Veil lifts, drapes over her face, fabric whispering like the start of an incision. 33 minutes until the aisle. 17 steps forward, right turn, 42 to ballroom doors. Spine straight, feet begin the silent march. The suite door clicks behind her. Chandeliers flare ahead, cameras align, 300 guests wait. She advances, bouquet rising, recording burning cold in her pocket. And no one along the corridor knows the wedding is primed to detonate. Flashbulbs pop 18 months earlier. Sifa steps onto a rooftop charity gala in emerald silk. Neurosurgeon pin still on her lapel. Across the crowd, Zuberi lifts a solar-powered lantern. Demo flare glowing warm against night smog. Their first handshake crackles louder than the PA system. 3 weeks later, they unveil a mobile clinic together. Newspapers catch her stitching a boy's scalp while he wheels in his drone prototype for kids to gawk at. Headlines crown them Lugoma's power pair before they even swap phone numbers. Month 4, Zuberi pulls her onto a borrowed speedboat at Lake Nyanda. He talks market disruption. She sketches skull fragments on a napkin. He notices only the way cameras love her profile. At month 9, she swipes his phone during a playful argument, sees 20 missed calls labeled creditor. He laughs it off, blames algorithm glitches. The moment passes, but Wekesa hears the story over Suya and raises an eyebrow. Back to now, Wekesa swerves his dented hatchback around a boda stalled at a light. Dashboard clock blinks 12:14. Courthouse lunch break looms. He drums the steering wheel, pen tucked behind ear, injunction papers clipped tight. 2 days earlier, he and Sifa met at Java Junction. She arrived in scrubs, eyes rimmed with fatigue. "Draft it," she said, sliding him a memory stick. "Asset freeze if my fiancé tampers." Wekesa tapped his pen twice. "You're sure?" Doctors confirm before they cut. That night, Zuberi hosted a tech mixer, sweat shining beneath stage lights. Cosio whispered about a big grant landing any day. Zuberi grinned wide, though a banker lurking at the bar studied him like an unpaid invoice. 12 hours ago, Aunt Jalea tasted cake samples and muttered that buttercream hid many sins. Sifa kept count of the baker's piping strokes, 15 per rose, calm mask glued on. Now Wekesa whips into the courthouse lot. Tires squeal. Papers slam into his briefcase as he jogs past guards nursing bottles of malt. Inside, fans clatter overhead. A clerk eyes the clock, ready to lock windows. Wekesa taps his pen twice on the counter. Urgent injunction, property safeguard, signed power of attorney. Stamp thuds red. Screensaver flicks awake. Digital docket accepts the case. Timestamp 12:22. Screenshot captured and fired to Sifa's phone. In the hotel ballroom, stagehands unload a gold arch. Zuberi's mother pins white calla lilies along the edge. He stands nearby, shoe-tapping, nodding at each measurement, though his gaze keeps drifting to his phone's dim screen. Cosio slips in, jacket swallowed by lining of forged grant letters. He exchanges a ghost smile with Zuberi. Courier missed the border delay. I improvised. Tie knot tightens with each syllable. Across the resort lawn, Aunt Jalea supervises seating cards, bright Ankara jacket fanning in the breeze. Her second phone buzzes. A journalist friend begs for an exclusive. She replies with a single word, patience. Flashback to month 12. Zuberi kneels during a fundraiser, lake lights blinking Morse code across water. The ring glitters, the crowd gasps, she says yes. Backstage, his pulse races faster than the applause. Cosio texts him one word, saved. 12 weeks ago, auditors requested drone company ledgers. Cosio emailed a PDF titled Final Report. Hidden pages 7 through 10 were duplicates laced with doctored revenue lines. He washed down the upload with ginger candy. Present again. Hotel service elevator creaks. Sifa rides alone, veil folded over arm, flash drive shimmering between gloved fingers. Elevator jolts, fluorescent tube flickers, her reflection shudders. Ground floor doors slide. Resort AV manager waits, clipboard under arm. Dr. Kumalo, audio check? He asks. Just a blessing track. Load for the reception. Flash drive disappears into his pocket. Clipboard signs exchanged. Elevator seals shut. Upstairs, bridesmaids debate lip gloss shades. Sifa enters, announces, Rosewood, final answer. They cheer, unaware of the data trail ignited. Her phone buzzes. Image of stamped injunction fills the screen. Time 12:28. She presses save, opens prenup folder, replaces the first PDF with a new file Wekesa prepared days earlier. Debts must remain nil for half a decade before joint access triggers. Printer in the suite whirs as pages slide out. She swaps them into the ceremonial envelope. Wax seal soft under hairdryer heat, crest embossed. Veil returns to place. Makeup artist dusts shimmer, notes Sifa's motionless brow. You good, bride? Picture perfect, Sifa says, lifting bouquet. Meanwhile, outside, drone operators launch 2 quadcopters to capture aerial shots. One camera zooms on the resort fountain where a marble cherub spits water. The livestream chat fires first messages. Where's the dress? Is the bishop on site? Lagos time check, please. Generator coughs. Ballroom chandeliers blink, then reignite. Tech staff slap the casing, curse the humidity. Zuberi steps onto the terrace, scrolls through his phone. Bank app still screams overdraft. He rubs nose bridge hard, spots a guest recording him, and forces a grin. Cosio edges closer. Everything smooth? Smooth like butter, Zuberi says, voice too bright. Inside the hatchback, Wekesa snaps seatbelt. Guns engine toward registry to notarize the prenup swap. Traffic snarls at an intersection, boater riders weaving. He flips legal pad open, double-checks clause numbers. Flashback 3 months? Wekesa met Zuberi for coffee, pretending casual conversation. Brought up due diligence. Zuberi joked, numbers bend when passion's strong. Wekesa left unsettled, told Sifa, he sells dreams like street corn. She filed the warning for later. Present. Phone rings through the car speakers, Sifa's name flashing. He answers. Stamped and sealed, Wekesa reports. Clock's ticking, she replies, voice flat as an EKG pause. Courthouse clock strikes noon. Registry staff stamp prenup notarization. Digital copy shoots back to Sifa. She renames it Wedding Gift Final. In the bridal corridor, hotel concierge delivers bottled water. Sifa takes one sip, counts 17 gulps, caps bottle, sets it aside untouched. A bridesmaid checks the time. 15 minutes, doctor. Sifa nods, grips bouquet stems until the ribbon creases. Zuberi ducks into a storage nook, phones Kosio, whisper sharp. After vows, move the funds fast. Red channel, same bank. Kosio's tie twitches. Understood, if the transfer window even exists. It will, Zuberi insists, ending call. The storage door swings open unexpectedly. Aunt Jalea stands there. Looking for extra chairs, she says, eyes sharp. He chuckles, steps aside. Her gaze lingers on his neon socks, then lifts to meet his too-wide smile. Back on the lawn, quadcopters hover. A gust rattles them, video feed lag stutters. Chat explodes with pixelated frames. In the suite, the clock flips 12:45. Bridesmaids herd toward the elevator. Sifa walks last, thumb brushing phone like a scalpel handle. Elevator descends. The girl beside her whispers, "He's going to cry when he sees you." "Count on it," Sifa answers. Doors open to the lobby. Trumpets in the ballroom begin the entrance song. Guests rise, murmur, cameras lift. At that moment, Kosio receives a text from an unknown number. Balance sheets flagged by auditor. "Call me." His ginger candy drops from frozen fingers. Ballroom doors crack open. Warm light spills onto polished marble. Sifa inhales, steps forward. Behind her, in the shadowed hallway, Zuberi's banker stands with folded arms, statement envelope peeking under jacket, staring straight at the groom's back. The banker's shoes click on marble as he advances, envelope locked under his arm. Zuberi turns, forced smile faltering, then recovers with a handshake too quick. The banker leans in, voice low. Deadline midnight. No funds, no mercy. Across the lobby, Bishop Tandela watches the exchange while adjusting his wireless mic. He nods to the videographer, murmuring, "Keep lens tight, drama cells." Robe swishes as he strides to the altar for a last sound check. In the service corridor, the resort generator kicks again, lights dip, then surge. An electrician slams the panel shut, wipes sweat with frayed cloth, mutters about spare parts stuck at customs. Upstairs, Aunt Jalea paces the holding lounge, Ankara jacket blazing orange against beige walls. Phone to ear, she warns the journalist. "Release nothing till I say. We aim for thunder, not drizzle." Her other phone buzzes. Wakisa's screen grab of the notarized prenup lands with a chime. She grins, files it in a hidden album labeled Shields. At the courthouse registry, Wakisa stamps final copies, shakes hands with the registrar, and bolts. Outside, boater riders swarm. He ducks under a billboard advertising Miracle Hair Tonic and slides into his hatchback. Engine groans, then catches. He floors it, meandering through city traffic like a scalpel-cutting scar tissue. On the rear seat, manila folder bounces. Injunction, prenup, and certified letter to the drone startup's biggest creditor. He glances at the clock, 13:16. Wedding vows scheduled for 14. He hits dial. Documents secure, he tells Sifa's voicemail. 10 minutes away. Back at the resort, Kosio hides in a side alcove, jacket off, sweat halos under arms. He unfolds the auditor's warning text again. Fingers twitch, ginger candy wrapper crinkles. He looks up, sees security guards posting near exits, radios clipped to belts. Ballroom bustle grows. White roses cascade over the gold arch. Waiters glide with trays of hibiscus punch. A live singer hums scales while adjusting in-ear monitors. The AV manager wheels his cart behind the drapes. He inserts Sifa's flash drive, scans the file list. blessingtrack.mp3, innocuous title. He cues it for the reception playlist, sets volume, and locks the panel. In the bridal corridor, Sifa stands before a floor-length mirror. Her veil shimmers, bouquet tight. A bridesmaid offers blotting paper. She declines with a calm palm. The distant brass band bleats first notes of the processional. Generator hiccups once more. Chandelier bulbs flicker like camera flashes. Guests glance upward, then back to their phones. Livestream counter climbs past 120,000. Comments roll. Who's ready for vows? Bride's dress leaked yet? Sifa trending, let's go. Bishop Tandela steps onto the aisle runner, tests the mic. Lugoma, can I get an amen? Echo ricochets across crystal glassware. Applause rises. He beams, checking the monitor showing concurrent viewers. The banker slips into seat row 2, shoes silent on carpet. Envelope now in his lap, seal unbroken. His gaze locks on the groom, measuring breath by breath. Zuberi's phone buzzes. He reads a new message. Transfer channel offline until balance cleared. He squeezes the device, screen brightness painting sweat on his face. Cosio appears, tie loosened. Auditors flagged us, he whispers. We stall. Zuberi forces a grin. We marry. Outside, Wekesa swerves through the resort gate, brakes hard. Tire dust plumes. He grabs the folder, slams door, jogs past ornamental palms. A guard tries to stop him. Wekesa flashes his bar card. The guard steps aside. Aunt Jalea intercepts him near the fountain. Documents trade hands in one fluid motion. She tucks them into her Ankara jacket like secret ballots. They share a brief nod. Brass horns swell. Bridesmaids line up. Flower girl adjusts ribbon shoes, cheeks puffing with hidden gum. Ballroom doors part slightly, revealing a river of white aisle runner. Inside, Bishop raises arms. Beloved, rise. Seats creak as guests stand, phones lift. Drones buzz overhead, green lights blinking. Sifa steps forward. Veil drapes, heel steady. She counts each marble tile, 1, 2, 3. Trumpets blast, petals scatter underfoot. Halfway down, she spots the banker. His stare ricochets between Groom and envelope like a metronome on overdrive. She notes the angle, then returns gaze forward. Zuberi keeps his pose, hands folded, neon socks hidden by trouser break. Nose bridge rub absent, rehearsed calm in place. Only his left thumb twitches. Behind a curtain, AV manager mutters about signal lag. Livestream monitor freezes, then resumes. Viewer chat erupts in emojis, loving the glitch. At the altar, Bishop leans towards Sifa. Long journey, daughter. She nods, voice low. Just warming up. They reach the arch. Music fades, drones hover still. Guests settle, murmurs hush. Bishop begins standard preamble on love and covenant. Outside the ballroom, Aunt Jalea hands security a sealed envelope, the newly notarized prenup. Delivered to the registrar after vows, stamp received. Guard nods, tucks envelope inside breast pocket. In row 3, a cousin lifts phone for a quick Instagram story. The banker's envelope edges into frame. She swipes filter, posts without noticing. Hashtag finance intrusion trending in seconds. Bishop's speech rolls. He gestures to the couple. Repeat after me. Zuberi's turn first. I, Zuberi Nakub, pledge my heart, my strength for richer or richer. Laughter ripples. Some guests clap. Sifa waits, bouquet lowered. Bishop opens mouth to prompt her vow, but she raises a finger. Before my words, a gift for everyone here. Murmurs spike. AV manager receives a silent cue, a bridesmaid's nod. He taps blessing track.mp3. Progress bar crawls. Speakers crackle with static, then silence. In that hush, generator fails again. Lights dip. Balloons sway. The flash drive light blinks red, data chewing through bytes. Zuberi leans toward Sifa. What are you doing? Breath minty, edges hard. She adjusts veil. You'll see. Progress bar hits 90%. A single guitar strum rings out, disguising the coming payload. Guests blink, unsure if glitch or art. Backstage, Cosio's phone explodes with the notifications. Grant fraud inquiry escalated. He swipes, sees auditors copied regulators. Hand loses grip, device clatters onto catering tray. Lights snap fully back as generator stabilizes. Blessing track finishes loading. AV manager thumbs volume. Bishop tries to regain control. Shall we proceed, daughter? Sifa nods, but her eyes lock on the speakers mounted above the gold arch. Red LEDs pulse like countdown digits. Then, from the rear doors, 2 plainclothes officers stride in, badges hanging, searching faces. They spot the banker, then the groom. One officer lifts a document folder marked investigation notice. Drone cameras pan involuntarily, audience gasps. AV manager's finger hovers over play. Speakers hiss open, ready to pour secrets, just as Law walks down the aisle. The plainclothes officers reach the first row, badges flashing under chandelier light. Whispers ripple like wind through tall grass. Bishop Tandala clears his throat, determined to hold the center. Friends, a minor matter. Remain seated, he announces, voice steady yet thinning. At the drapes, the AV manager exhales and presses play. A hiss floods the ballroom, followed by Zuberi's voice, crisp and unmistakable. Bro, she's my walking ATM. Loans wiped today. Silence detonates into shrieks. Phones shoot up. Livestream ticker leaps by 10,000. Zuberi jerks toward the speakers, face bleaching. That recording is fake, he barks, but the next line blasts over him. Once the vows drop, my debt drops. Guests gasp louder. Camera drones tilt for better angles. In row 2, the banker folds arms, expression carved from granite. Sifa lowers her bouquet, veil still in place. She lets the room drink the words without a blink. Recording continues, spilling every scheme. We tweak the prenup tonight. Past Zuberi laughs, the sound now ricocheting off crystal and marble. Viewers typing on screens around the hall push the hashtag ATM with lipstick into orbit. Zuberi wheels on Sifa. Tell them it's doctored. His left thumb twitches erratically. She says nothing, only offers the faintest tilt of head toward the projector screens above. New slides appear, stamped in red cord ink. Asset freeze injunction 1222. Gasps turn to roars. A bridesmaid covers her mouth, mascara streaking. Bishop steps back, robes flapping as if a storm front hit. Officer 1 approaches the groom. Paper held forward. Notice of investigation. Not an arrest, sir. You have 48 hours to appear. Zuberi's hands tremble. He tries to grab the document. It flutters, brushing his cufflink. Cosio, pale, edges toward the side exit. Security, already warned by Aunt Jalea, block his path. He pivots, bumping a waiter, ginger candy flying. On-screen slide changes, forged grant letters discovered. Date stamped today. Cosio's signature enlarged to billboard size. The crowd erupts again, half outrage, half carnival thrill. Livestream chat scrolls too fast to read. Bishop lifts his mic, voice shaky. Beloved, let us pause for prayer. Power flickers. Generator coughs. For 3 beats, the room plunges into dim amber from emergency bulbs. Sifa's silhouette stands still, veil glowing faintly. Lights surge back. Zuberi seizes the mic from Bishop, feedback screeching. This is a deepfake conspiracy, he shouts. She set me up. Booze rain. Phones capturing every angle. The banker raises his voice. Debts speak louder than conspiracies. Cosio bolts again, this time diving under a flower arrangement. Petals and water crash onto parquet. Security drags him up, cuffs flashing silver. He yells, I have proof, I'll talk, as guards escort him toward the side corridor. Media lenses track every stumble. At the altar, Zuberi's neon socks peak as he pivots, searching for sympathy. None arrives. Sifa steps forward, finally lifts her veil. Eyes firm, lips pressed. Bishop offers his mic back. She declines, produces her own lapel mic already lived to the stream. Viewership counter spikes past 350,000. Family, friends, citizens online, she begins, voice clear. My vow is transparency. Zuberi lunges to mute her, but the banker blocks him with a forearm, envelope hard against his chest. Sifa continues. All my shares moved today into a health trust for children injured on our roads. The paperwork is complete. She gestures to the screen. Another document appears, Cumulo Health Trust Deed, signed and dated. Applause bursts from several tables. Others simply stare, stunned. Zuberi shouts over the noise. You can't bankrupt me in front of the world. His hand grips the mic stand so tight veins ridge. Officer 2 places a calming hand on his shoulder. Sir, cooperate. He shrugs it off, stepping towards Sifa. Flower petals squish under a polished shoe. We loved each other, he says, voice cracking. She meets his stare. Love without truth is malpractice. Bishop, caught between them, whispers, Children, the service. A fresh alert pings on the giant screens. Regulator freezes drone tech accounts. Effective immediately. Zuberi's shoulders slump. Cosio, halfway out the door, hears the alert and moans. Livestream chat now clogs with fire emojis and broken hearts. Outside the ballroom, faint sirens grow louder approaching the resort gates. Aunt Jalea strides up the aisle, Ankara jacket fiery under the spotlights. She addresses the crowd. Guests' refreshments await in the courtyard while these matters settle. Some laugh nervously, others obey, streaming toward exit doors, whispering, recording. The AV manager cues soft instrumental music, but feedback wails over the speakers. He yanks the fader down, cheeks flushed. Sifa hands her bouquet to a bridesmaid, then unclips the mic. She turns toward the side hallway. Bishop tries to salvage dignity. We will reconvene when... His sentence fades. Zuberi sinks onto the altar step, head in hands. Officers keep distance, yet watch him closely. Sifa walks toward rear doors, gown trailing, each footstep deliberate. Cameras follow, drones pivot like hungry gulls. She pauses, looks back at the hall in controlled silence. Sirens halt outside with a chirp. Resort doors swing open, silhouettes of uniformed investigators fill the frame, files in hand. The live stream freezes on their arrival, buffer icons spinning, audience numbers climbing. Uniformed investigators stride through the foyer, clipboards tucked, jackets bearing the seal of the Financial Integrity Bureau. Marble floors echo under their boots, a new beat over the fading chatter. Livestream signal recovers, pixels sharpening on stern faces and crisp badges. Officer Salama approaches Zuberi, still slumped on the altar step. She offers a folded summons. His palms hover, then close around the paper. Veins pulse at his wrist. Review and sign acknowledgement, she instructs. He uncrumples, scans the heading, notice to produce financial records. The camera drone hovers above, recording each flinch. Neon socks peak when he shifts to stand. Across the ballroom, Cosio is handcuffed to a chair, security holding him steady. He spits ginger candy fragments, eyes bloodshot. Investigator Langa flips through the forged grant letters spread on a linen-covered side table. Sifa waits near rear doors, gown brushing polished stone. Aunt Jalea joins, placing a steady hand on her back, then gestures toward the courtyard. Outside, guests cluster under palm trees, half filming, half gossiping over abandoned hibiscus punch. Bishop Tandala clears his throat into a dead mic. No one notices. He sighs and removes the device, tucking it into a pocket with a muted clang. Servers wheel untouched tiered cakes toward the patio. Buttercream roses shake with each bump, sugar petals falling like slow snow. AV manager, cheeks flushed, disconnects Sifa's flash drive, slides it into a breast pocket. He blinks at the soaring view count on his monitor, whispers, "Viral salvation," under breath. Officer Salama returns the signed summon to her folder. She eyes the crowd of remaining onlookers, voice projecting. "Mr. N-Cube will cooperate off-site. No arrest at this moment." Murmurs ripple. A few guests exhale relief. Others hiss disappointment, thirsty for shackles. Drones pull back, wide shots swallowing the hall. Zuberi straightens jacket, tries smoothing lapels. His thumb still twitches. He catches Sifa's gaze across the room. Mouth opens, closes, then drops. Investigators guide him toward a side passage. Banker rises from row 2, falling in step without invitation, envelope still underarm. Cosio groans to security. "I deal, I can deal." Langa pauses, raises brow. "Talk at headquarters," he replies. Cosio wilts, nods, ice down. Sifa turns to Aunt Jalea. "Courtyard," she says. They move, heels clicking. Outside, sunlight slices through palm fronds. Reporters crowd rope lines, lenses extended. Microphones bob as voices shout for comment. Sifa steps onto a small platform, usually meant for bouquet toss. Livestream drones swing overhead, red recording LEDs blinking. She signals Wekasa, now present, collar skewed from running. He hands her a slim folder. She flips the cover, reveals the Kumalo Health Trust deed. A waiting journalist zooms in, the golden crest glinting. She lifts a handheld mic provided by hotel staff. Its cable trails like a new vein connecting bride to audience. Viewers online spike again. "My vows remain," she announces, tone surgical steady. "These funds move to the children of Lugoma today. The trust board is already seated." She signs the final line on the deed. Pen clicks shut, paper ink still wet. Applause bursts from half the courtyard. The rest stand frozen, processing. An elderly guest wipes eyes, whispers, "Well done, doctor." A teen nearby types furiously, captioning for social platforms, "Sifa Savage or Sifa Saint?" Bishop strides from the ballroom, cassock flaring. He joins the edge of the crowd, raising his own phone to stream. Numbers mean redemption. Reporters volley questions. What about the marriage? Will there be charges? Any statement to young women watching? Sifa lifts hand. Questions later. Today, clinics win. She steps down, gives the signed deed to Wekesa. He seals it in a clear pouch, slings it into his briefcase like an organ for transplant. Inside the hall, staff dismantle the arch. White roses pile on a trolley, petals bruising pink where stems were cut. One worker pockets a bloom, tucks it behind ear, hums softly. Zuberi emerges onto the veranda, flanked by 2 investigators. Sunlight blinds him, he squints. The crowd instinctively parts, creating a channel straight toward the exit gate. He pauses, scanning faces. Cameras freeze on him. Sifa stands aside, posture tall, expression unreadable. Zuberi speaks, voice small. "I wanted to fix things." No one responds. Officer gestures forward. Shoes scrape stone as he moves off. Cosio follows minutes later, wrists still bound. eyes darting everywhere for an ally who never appears. He spots Zubri ahead, shakes head, mutters, "All this for drones." Inside the ballroom, Bishop gathers bridal party, proposes a prayer. Few join, most scatter for taxis. He lowers hands, sighs, then starts live commentary for his followers. "Even storms end in sunshine, beloved," he intones, racking up likes. Generator finally quiets, mains power restored. Chandeliers glow steady, spilling warm gold over empty chairs. Caterers slice the toppled cake into squares, pass them to remaining staff. A dishwasher snaps a selfie with a forkful captioning "Sweetest chaos ever." Mid-afternoon sun tilts west. Reporters retreat to vans, deadlines looming. Drones land, props wind down with insect wine. Sifa walks with Aunt Jalia along the fountain path. Water arcs catching rainbow shards. She pauses, removes heels, lets toes touch cool marble rim. Aunt Jalia hands her bottled water. Cap twists 17 gulps, then stop. Ribbon bouquet floats by in the fountain, released earlier by a forgotten bridesmaid. "Was it worth the cut?" Aunt asks quietly. Sifa's hand trembles just once, then calms. "Healing sometimes requires amputation," she replies. A ringtone splits the moment, high chirp from Sifa's phone. Unknown number flashes, just digits. She slides to read. Text appears. "You exposed one of us. Others are watching." Screen reflection dances on fountain ripples. She locks the phone, slips it into gown pocket. Jaw sets firm. Aunt Jalia notes the gesture. "Trouble?" "Future," Sifa answers. Behind them, Wekesa approaches, briefcase secured. Trust registered, transaction queued. Bank wants confirmation pin. Sifa nods, types code, thumb send. Notification pings. Funds transferred. Mission sealed. Courtyard speakers play low Afro jazz. A pair of kids, cousins from either side, chase each other between toppled centerpieces, giggling oblivious. Sugar petals stick to small shoes. In the distant gate, police siren fades as the convoy carrying Zuberi turns onto the main road. Dust plumes then settle. Clouds gather, late afternoon buildup. First drop hits Wekesa's briefcase lid. He flips collar up. Sifa lifts face to the sky, rain daubs veil, spots of gray on white. Guests still present scatter under awnings. Camera crews rush to cover lenses, cursing weather. Aunt Jalia laughs deep, spreads arms. Let it wash the mess. Sifa offers a small smile, but her eyes track the horizon where the convoy vanished. Thunder grumbles low and distant. Inside the abandoned ballroom, Bishop whispers final sign-off to his stream. "Forgiveness remains for all," he says, voice echoing among empty seats. At the fountain, phone buzzes again. Same unknown number. This time a link appears. Live spreadsheet tracking drone company liabilities as they spike, public, editable by anyone. Comment count grows. Sifa pockets the device, slips heels back on, straightens. "Clinic board meets at dawn," she says to Wekesa. He nods. "I'll draft agendas tonight." Aunt Jalia loops an arm through her nieces. Media van still outside. "Statement?" "Only one," Sifa says. They walk toward the gate, heels and loafers clicking over wet stone. Reporters raise microphones. Sifa stops short, looks straight into the nearest lens. Raindrops streak across her cheeks like fresh scrub water. "My story is public. The rest belongs to tomorrow's children." "That's all?" She turns, heads for the waiting car. Cameras keep rolling until the sedan doors shut. Engine hums, taillights glow red against slick pavement. The car pulls away, leaving flashbulbs to burst at empty space. Livestream counter finally slows, chat cooling to embers. On-screen banner reads, "Stream ended, thanks for watching." Thunder rolls again. Back in the courtyard, the broken bouquet bumps against the fountain wall, circling the marble cherub. Water keeps flowing silent, relentless.